I feel like I'm just reading what's on the screen, which, quite honestly, I am. On today's broadcast, get updates on hackathons hosted by Orion and eMoney, Motif Investing introduces subscription pricing, Betterment automates asset location preferences, and more. So get ready, FPPad Bits and Bytes begins now. Hey everyone, I'm Bill Winterberg, and thank you for joining me for this week's Advisor Technology News broadcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Envestnet Tamarac, providers of Advisor XI, an industry-leading, fully integrated web-based suite for RIAs. Tamarac's Advisor XI unifies portfolio management, modeling, rebalancing, trading, billing, and reporting with a fully customizable client portal and enterprise-grade CRM. On October 20th, two innovative and rapidly growing firms will share how they leverage the Advisor XI suite in their business during an interactive webinar. Space is limited, so secure your spot today by visiting fppad.com/Tamarac. Now, you've probably noticed that it's been a few weeks since my last Bits and Bytes broadcast, and that's because I've attended not one, but two hackathon events hosted by financial technology companies. The first was the Fuse event in Park City, Utah, where Orion Advisor Services assembled developers from dozens of companies to present innovative ways they leverage the Orion notifications platform. My producer Steve and I vlogged each day of the event, which I highly recommend you watch to find out who claimed the coveted Best in Show award. And then, 2 weeks later, eMoney hosted their own hackathon event, which had a bit of a different structure from Fuse, as 4 groups of advisors teamed up with eMoney product design and engineering employees to build new planning experiences onto the existing eMoney platform. We made vlogs of this event too, which I also think is worth your time to watch. Now, I get that hackathons generate good PR and marketing buzz for the host companies, but quite honestly, it's exciting to see activities like these that promote innovation and experimentation with technology that's all about helping you serve your clients and be a better business owner. Now, moving on to this week's top stories, let's start with Motif Investing, as the company just introduced a new subscription-based service called Motif Blue. If you remember back in December of 2014, I awarded the best back-office technology to the Motif Advisor platform, but that was before the company switched from a flat monthly fee per customer to an AUM-based fee schedule. But with Motif Blue, the monthly fee makes a comeback, as customers can pay up to $19.95 a month to invest in 3 motifs, get auto-rebalancing of professional motifs, and trade motifs 3 times per month, commission-free. So my theory is customers can use the Motif Blue starter plan at just $5 a month to mimic one of the asset allocations of the popular automated investment services out there. But instead of paying an AUM-based fee of 25 to 35 basis points, customers pay Motif roughly $60 a year. You do the math, and Motif is cheaper when assets go above about $20,000 versus an annual fee of 35 basis points. Now, I admit there are still other differences between Motif Investing and automated investment services, but I think you can sense I believe that fees for investing software should not be based on the size of assets being managed, and I expect that the trend will grow as customers gravitate towards subscription-based pricing models. But to up the ante, Betterment announced its own new offering called the Tax Coordinated Portfolio Service, where Betterment automatically implements asset location preferences across taxable and tax-deferred or tax-exempt investment accounts. Now, the concept of asset location preferences is nothing new, but what is new is the ability to use software to automatically manage location preferences on the fly, such as when clients make a one-time deposit or withdrawal across their various accounts. Betterment confirmed that this service will be available to Betterment for Advisors customers. So when I go back to that whole discussion around fees a moment ago with Motif Investing, one could argue that higher fees could be justified because of nuanced differences like automated asset location management. And look, if you want to effectively manage asset location preferences, you really need to see all of your clients' assets and accounts, which leads me to my final story that comes from Quovo, as the company announced the release of the Quovo Advisor Dashboard. The dashboard allows advisors to quickly view information on both assets under management as well as held-away assets, easily synchronize new client accounts, and generate simple reports based on the data obtained by Quovo. Now, I know aggregating held-away assets has always come with its share of challenges, like expired account credentials. But with the Department of Labor fiduciary requirements coming in April next year, how will you be able to defend the advice you provide to clients if you don't have a clear picture of their assets and liabilities? You can certainly get those details without using account aggregation, but it just won't be very efficient. And with direct-to-consumer providers like Personal Capital and Betterment including account aggregation with their solutions, well, these are the new table stakes for your technology and your business. So if you're not using solutions like Quovo or alternatives like Morningstar Buyout Accounts, Accumulate, eMoney, Wealth Access, Yodlee, and others, there's still time to add one of these solutions to the tools that you use today. For all the details about news mentioned in this broadcast, head over to fppad.com/194, where you'll find all the links to this week's top stories and more. Remember, Bits and Bytes exists because of the support of our sponsors. So be sure to sign up for the Envestnet Tamarac webinar coming up on October 20th to learn how 2 rapidly growing firms are leveraging the Advisor XI suites in their business. Secure your spot today by visiting fppad.com/Tamarac. As always, I welcome your questions and feedback, so please send me a tweet using @BillWinterberg or leave a comment on the FPPad YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Bill Winterberg. See you next time. Motif Investing induces subscription pricing? No, I don't think that's the right word. On October 20th, two innovative and rapidly growing firms need to see all of your clients. This was a beast of a broadcast. I hope you like it.